Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. When I started this channel, my intention was not to get into geopolitics or to get into politics, period. Because I genuinely wanted to make video about a lot of stupid stuff that's going on out there, especially when it comes to the streamers and stuff like that. Because one thing we fail to really understand is that streamers have a lot of power on the youth. And for some reason, people don't seem to talk about it. And I wanted to take upon myself to say something about it when they start doing some dumb shit. But God had a different plan in mind, because around the time that I started my video was around the time when October 7th happened. And of course, me being a Muslim and seeing my brothers and sisters being completely decimated because of a lie that was spread around with the 40 beheaded kids that was going around. Obviously, I knew from then on that this is going to be a straight up massacre and that these people are not gonna take it easy when it comes to the Palestinian. And the reason I knew that was going to be the case was because they already had a policy in place in which they call mowing the lawn. And there's, you know, articles and videos on the internet that you can find, people in high position of the Israeli government coming out and completely saying that, yeah, we do that. Like we do what we call mowing the lawn. But that's not going to be my topic today. What I wanted to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is the big news that's been going on recently. If you don't know who this guy is, Alexandrovich, also known, well, his full name is Tom Artyom Alexandrovich, which is a 38-year-old Israeli cyber director employee arrested in U.S. on suspicion of pedophilia. Now, one thing that really made my eyebrow rise up was the fact that he has only been put on a leave. A senior official at the cyber director of the Prime Minister office was arrested on suspicion of link to suspicion. A joint operation, Las Vegas police and FBI over the past 2 weeks led to arrest of the eight suspect, including from Israel. After questioning, Alexandra returned to Israel and was placed on leave from a direct. Okay, so you see, they placed him on leave. They didn't fire him. They just said, "Hey, you're just gonna go ahead and go on a vacation while we sort this whole thing out because we control America. We decide what's gonna be put on the news and what's not gonna be put on the news." He got released on a $10,000 bond. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 10,000. He got bailed out on a $10,000 bill, and right away, he was sent straight to Israel. Now, what got me very interested in this story is because of this right here. So, if you know who Gad Saad, I'm sorry, this dude is he's annoying. Anybody who pretty much defends Israel, in my personal opinion, is freaking annoying because I've seen too many things. All right, I've seen too much stuff on X to somehow, some way be able to defend these people. I can't do it. Even if I want to defend Israel, even if I want to find a positive side of Israel, I just can't do it because even now, like I'll show you guys a video, I'll explain the video, and you guys don't understand why it's extremely hard to defend these people. So Candace Owen went ahead and posted on her X, "Nothing to see here, just another Israeli trying to solicit sex with an American child who Netanyahu made sure was released back to Israel." And then this guy, anybody who would obviously read that, right, and look into the story will be like, okay, if this guy has been found guilty of trying to sleep with an underage person, yeah, he should be locked up. Yes, the full hammer of justice should come down on him. But instead, these dumb asses right here, they're so balls deep into Israel and they're so balls deep into trying to just watch every crime that Israeli do that they will go ahead and defend a straight up PDF file. This I quote, this is by this guy, right? "This degenerate is dumber than my underwear. I hate that I hosted her on my show." How does that make her dumb? Clearly, this is the Jerusalem Post. Right here. All she did was, just point out the obvious. And you know, this guy right here just goes ahead and says that she's dumb. What makes her dumb? Elaborate. And if I could, this was somebody else posted this, by the way. And if I could, I wish I could go ahead and see the reply. I'll have to go to his page to go ahead and find the reply. But, you know, all in all, this, I'm not going to go ahead and play this because it's extremely gruesome. Because, hold on, let me see. I might be able to play. All right, right there. I have to pause it right here because I don't want this video to be taken down. This is the reason why I cannot support Israel. This is one of the reasons why. Let me be a little bit more specific. This is one of the reasons why. Now, this little girl, obviously, she's not carrying any weapon. She's obviously not part of Hamas. But as the video goes on, this is a bomb. A bomb went ahead and landed on her. They dropped a bomb on her. And again, this is what's going on. Okay, Lucas Cage. No doubt this drone was using Palantir to target this innocent child. I believe it. I believe that this was, you know, Palantir was used to target her because we have evidence. They've told us that Palantir was used in Israel to target Palestinian. An AI technology is being used to decide who is a T and who is not a T. And now they are trying to implement that exact technology here in the United States. Think about that for a second. And it's amazing how the whole conversation with Palantir has died down, but I haven't forgotten. But it's extremely interesting that the whole conversation has just died down. And now for one last video, we all know who this guy is. Well, not this guy, but Adam. So they're talking about the whole situation right now that just happened with the sting that got that dude locked up, and then of course he's sent to Israel. Now he's probably chilling in a villa somewhere, you know. Yeah, let's just watch this.
The other ones are American, so they're here. You post the bond, you have a court date. Just like I'm pretty sure this Tom guy has a court date, but he's back in Israel. Okay, you shouldn't be able to leave this country with a serious felony charge like that. Period. Unless somebody was like, "Hey, listen, this guy works for our government. He works under, you know, Bibi Netanyahu. We got to get him. We got to get him back."
And also one thing that I want to say is that this guy is also one of the biggest proof that Epstein is still alive, because Epstein was a bigger deal. He played a huge role when it comes to Israel taking control over America. I just want to go ahead and say that this Tom guy, he was just a cybersecurity. All he was doing was probably making sure that people don't spread, you know, Zionist propaganda, not Zionist, I'm sorry. People don't spread hatred when it comes to Zionism and stuff like that. And of course, when people are posting fact about Israel, all he was doing was to make sure that that doesn't get out there. And if he was deported straight to Israel, imagine somebody like Epstein who was doing the same exact thing for decades. And by same thing, I mean like he was using minors to blackmail our politicians.
Let him go.
That's, you tell me, Adam. That's my only question.
So I do have feelings on this now, because it's I hear what you're saying, and I know how passionate you are about pedophilia. If this guy allegedly did what he did, throw this scumbag in jail.
I know.
But here's also the problem that I have. It's Israeli cyber director headline. Here we go. Oh, by the way, there were 7 other scumbags that were arrested again. One was a little bit of pastor. 7 other guys. We don't need to talk about them. Let's talk about the Israeli guy.
Yeah. So one thing that I do want to say is Israel is known to pretty much extradite any PDF file that has been found here in America. This is a common knowledge. This is a fact. So it's not really a surprise to me. And the reason why this has become such a headline, again, this dude was working on the behalf of Israel here in America. He was pretty much censoring our speech. Meanwhile, on the side, he's diddling kids. And what makes it even more important is the fact that as soon as he get caught, this dude hasn't even lasted a week in America, straight to Israel. And now they're going to make it seem like they're looking into it. Meanwhile, they're not going to do anything because it is a common knowledge. if you look into the history of pedophiles here in America that are from Israel, they were extradited straight to Israel as soon as they get caught.
Hold on.
Okay,
Because no, I'm just saying, like,
that's not it.
it is it.
No, Adam, because you know
Because
what?
if
Those
we-
other 7 are booked, charged, and they have to go to court, and they're going to probably go to jail.
Okay, so
how
maybe
do you leave
you
the country? The one guy
become
I'm
an
worried about-
international lawyer and figure out what the relationship is with Israel and Nevada. I don't know. What I'm saying is this. Multiple people were booked. Multiple people allegedly did this, and the only one we're talking about
Because he fled
is
the
the Israeli guy.
because he was
and if
allowed
we
to
want to
leave
have,
the-
if we want to go down the rabbit hole of who the goat of pedophilia is, look no further than the Catholic Church. So I'm not sure what game you're playing right now.
okay,
but
see,
if you're trying to make
I wouldn't necessarily say look no further than the Catholic Church. I wouldn't go, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Catholic Church, they got their piece of the pie. You know what I mean? But there's a lot that goes on here in the United States. I mean, a lot. Let me show you guys a picture. Okay, so this was an interview that Tim Tebow had.
Every red dot on that map is at least one unique IP address of individuals downloading, sharing, distributing child abuse images under the age of 12. And there's over 111,000 of them just in the US of the last 30 days. And
So yeah, that was the last. I'm sorry. That's what Tim Tebow said, and that's what he came up with as an evidence. So you saw that map. You saw all the red dots on that map. So blaming it on Catholic is like, okay, come on. Really? You want to blame it on Catholic? It's a surprise to me that he didn't blame Muslims. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a really surprise to me. All I'm trying to say is this guy right here, he's a staunch Zionist. Zionists, they're known to just defend Israel no matter what Israel does. Israel would drop a bomb tomorrow, and the next thing you know, they'll be like, well, they're defending themselves. I mean, come on, guys. They have the right to defend themselves, right? Like, this is the idiocracy of these people.
I'm happy you went there because this is the problem. This is the problem that you
Yes,
can't
go ahead.
address is
I addressed the problem. He's a scumbag.
You said, no, but you
Throw
said,
him in jail.
you said everybody.
But you fell for the
and then-
headline.
No. And Adam, you're getting emotional because you're making this.
Oh.
No, because
Go
Adam,
ahead.
I'm responding to a freaking headline that was all over the news on the weekend that I saw
wrote
on
the
my,
headline?
on my own. I saw it all
Who
over.
wrote the headline?
What do you mean who wrote the headline?
Who wrote
There was
the
a bunch
headline?
of different outlets. The
Who-
Guardian,
this one that you're
Times of
reading.
Israel, the Jerusalem Post.
Exactly.
What
The
I'm-
Jerusalem Post
what I'm-
is actually
Adam, why is
calling
it
a crime out
why is
where it should be.
Why is it mainstream
No, it
media covering
didn't.
it?
The
No, no.
Jerusalem Post said
That's the
"Oh,
article
he
we're
was-
reading."
He was only held for questioning.
And that's by the way, this is
Yeah. There you go. I mean, this is right now, this is the most recent one, which is why it's so big. But it's something that is common. There's a reason why Epstein was in a position of diddling kids and then aligned himself with a lot of powerful people for so long. There's a reason why. Now, when you've been caught doing a crime one time and you are in a position of power, they got a blackmail on you. They say, hey, if you don't do what we say, we'll show this picture to America and it'll completely destroy your career and so on and so forth, right? And then you do that. Now that you've been caught and now that you are under their control, what's stopping you from committing even more crime? And by crime, you guys know exactly what I mean. You know, what's stopping you from going to Epstein for more services? If to be a little bit more, clean with my word. So yeah, all in all, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right here. Later.